Welcome to Unity of Walnut Creek. I'm Beth Bottorff Seidenspinner, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to our service this morning. If you will you join me in welcoming our online friends with a wave? Your presence adds to our spiritual community, and we truly appreciate you joining us this morning. Before we begin our service, let's take a moment to make sure that our cell phones and other personal communication devices are turned off so it doesn't interfere with our connection. We have a very special service this morning, and we'll be introducing everyone momentarily. But before that, I wanted to make our announcements, and the format's going to be a little bit different today, so enjoy. Join me for Grief Basics on Sunday, December 4th. We'll offer a brief introduction to the grieving process. We'll explore the nature of grief, the pathway through the grieving process, and we'll reflect on how we can use grief as an opening to deepen our relationship with Spirit. It will also be an opportunity to cultivate awareness for the service of remembrance on Tuesday, December 13th at 7:30, which I'm hosting with Reverend David. The service is a special way to honor and include everyone we love in the holiday season. We're collecting socks, caps, gloves, and coats for our homeless community. You're also invited to donate McDonald's $5 gift cards or cash to purchase needed items. Bring your donations here to the sanctuary foyer Sunday, December 4th through the 18th. And finally, join us in this festive season to celebrate and socialize with your Unity community for our annual Christmas party on December 10th at Walnut Creek Civic Park. Tickets are on sale on the patio on Sundays and in the book center during the week. You can also sign up to bring an appetizer or dessert. I'm handing it over to Rob.
Good morning. It's great to be here this morning. Thank you all for coming out. Our formats, as Beth mentioned, we're doing it a little bit differently here today. This isn't our regular format for our Unity service, and we're very fortunate to have the time to spend with our Native Americans and our Native American community at this time of year. This is our 6th time that we've come here to Unity, and so we're very, as a Native community, we're also very grateful to David, your minister, and to you, each and every one of you that make it possible for us to be here and be with you and share what we know and what's important to us about this prayer here, this Native American prayer, this Native American spirituality, and the way that we walk with that prayer. So that much being said, we're going to start out like we always do with any ceremony or any ritual that we do here, and we're going to start it out with prayer. And I'm very honored, and my heart is bursting over with gratitude to introduce Anne Marie Sayers. Anne Marie Sayers is a Ohlone Costanoan. Those are the peoples who lived here originally before the Europeans came over or the Spaniards came up, or whoever came first. I'm proud to introduce her, and she'll lead us in that opening prayer.
Thank you, Rob. I will need a lighter, yes. Welcome to Ohlone territory. We're still here. What I would like to ask is that if we can honor the ancestral spirits in whose land you are on, the Costanoan and our Ohlone peoples, if we can stand and face the east. I would like you to get all positive thoughts, all prayers, and put in the direction of the east. Pita kanama sikampatian, hetel kanoso, soto kanoso, nosum. And now let's get the positive thoughts and direct them towards the south. This way. Pita kanama sikampatian, hetel kanoso, soto kanoso, nosum. And now west. Pita kanama sikampatian, hetel kanoso, soto kanoso, nosum. And now north. Pita kanama sikampatian, hetel kanoso, soto kanoso, nosum. Basically, it is sharing is that the earth is our mother, and the wind is like the breath of the earth. The water is like the blood of the earth. The fire is the spirit of the earth. Noson in our language is in breath, so it is in spirit. Thank you for honoring the ancestral spirits. Noson. The sprinklers didn't go off. Okay.
Thank you very much, Anne Marie. Now we're going to invite a native elder who has actually passed on, crossed over. We have a brief clip of him sharing here. It's the first clip that we've got to share, and we're going to have another one later on.
Those that live in the waters and those that crawl upon the land, all living our heritage of the Native Americans never looked up nor looked down upon nature. They were taught to feel as a part of nature. To feel a part of nature was not only the plant life, but animals, the birds, those that live in the waters and those that crawl upon the land. All living things were our relatives. Today we look around. Even our air is becoming polluted. Our streams are becoming polluted. What is our future? I think the challenge before each one is to become better caretakers of the land, our environment, if nothing more than the survival of all life upon this planet.
And now we welcome the Red-Tailed Drum Singers.
Hi, everyone. I'd like to first say thank you for honoring us, having us back. We are very grateful to be able to come and do this, because we don't do this just for you, we do this for all the people. When we sing these songs, we sing them from the heart, and these songs are for the people. So I just wanted to say thank you before we got started with the drum. We're gonna do 2 songs. We're just gonna do one and swing right into the next one, and then we'll be done. And these songs are honoring songs, and they honor the people. All the songs we sing are prayer songs, and they're honoring songs, and they're all for the people. Okay, I hope.
Way
Thank you, Chester, and the red-tailed drums. You are good. Aren't they good? Wow. Absolutely fantastic. My mother believed when songs and ceremonies and dances stop, so does the earth. I too believe that. And so the honoring songs that were shared, thank you, ladies. Thank you, gentlemen. For me, it's a reason for living, because that means that our mother, the earth, continues as we go forward, as we learn the importance of sacredness, the importance of holding all life sacred. I live in an area called Indian Canyon, and we've opened up my great-grandfather's trust allotment. It's Indian country, which is a legal term. It's just south of Hollister. We've opened up my great-grandfather's trust allotment to all indigenous people whom are in need of traditional lands for a ceremony. And there's about 6 or 7 sweat lodges there, many areas where you can commune with nature, probably about 40 or 50. It's a mile-long canyon. And so I truly have a relationship with all the life that surrounds me. Let it be a woodwardia fern, let it be a coastal live oak tree, let it be a sycamore tree, let it be poison oak, let it be mugwort. And one of the reasons I believe that connection is so strong is because of the ceremonies that take place in the canyon. So I feel so in debt to you and to all the people. Our church, our place for prayer, is very different than here. It's just like willow branches. that we cover with blankets. And then we bring in hot stones, the Stone Nation. And we're very grateful to the Stone Nation and to the fire, which is the spirit, and for the lodge leaders, of which Chester is one of our lodge leaders. And it's open to all peoples, and it's just, you do make the connection with spirit and with all the life that does surround you. We do have to take care of it big time. I'll tell you, I was just received an email. And now, Indian Canyon, we're off the grid, but we're still there. We still have our computers and our pretty sophisticated Outback solar system is what it is. But there's 2 miles of dirt road to get there. But I received an email from a friend of mine, and I don't know, has there been an Occupy Walnut Creek here? Yes. Well, I've heard over and over that, yes, but the people don't know what they want. They're all over the globe. But in this email that I received, it was said so succinctly what it was that they wanted. And we are here, occupying the places that are common lands, because we want a new society that gives us priority to life than to economic interest. Doesn't that say it all, really? We are here because we want a new society that gives more priority to life than to economic interest. All life is sacred. I'll tell you, the canyon is an area we have many college students that come up, private schools, charter schools, fourth graders, when they're studying about California Indian history. And some of the students are allergic to poison oak, and many adults are too. But I feel as though I have a relationship with all the life that does surround me, of which poison oak happens to be another life, a plant that my ancestors used to dye different materials for basket weaving when you want it black, the color of black and the pattern and or design for your basket. And the individual students who have been exposed to poison oak, there's mugwort right next to it. And mugwort, if you take and just put under water and squeeze it and then just rub where you were exposed to poison oak, the likelihood, it will remove the majority of poison oak oils. So the likelihood of catching poison oak is not as great. But before I pick up the mugwort, I will acknowledge that plant. I will offer tobacco to that plant, and I will just explain why I'm not killing it, but why I'm using it. And I'll just say, mugwort, thank you very much for your medicinal properties. I hope that you will provide the oils that are essential to remove the majority of poison oak oils from this particular individual. And so I acknowledge the plant, I thank the plant for exactly what it's going to be used for. And that's, I believe, another manner in which you hold all life sacred, just that acknowledgement. And acknowledgement is just so very, very important, at least for me, anyway. And so it's just carrying on with the clip that we started with, to hold all life sacred. And that is what I live for, particularly the human life, much more than the economic gain. Awesome.
Thank you very much, Anne-Marie. Now, we do have within our congregation our own Unity people that are also Native American. And they're going to come up and share a song that they have with us today. And I believe that, and I'll let them introduce themselves, and you will probably know them when they get up here. And I think that this is the one we're going to sing along with. No.
It's up there, so yes.
Does that work?
Yeah, that works. That's perfect.
You know, a lot of this we put together at the last minute, and we're used to doing that in our community here. And honestly, I never sent Teresa a program of the sequence of how things are going. So nonetheless, we're dancing in the moment, and I invite you guys up here to share your song.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, normally I'm too short for the microphone. This time I'm too tall, eh? Come on up, Charlotte. Okay, good morning. My name is Teresa Notarmaso. I'm a Leech Lake Ojibwe on my father's side, Italian-Irish on my mom's. So I was in the United Nations growing up, as always. My thanks to the drum for playing today. Also, my thanks to my sister Charlotte, who is a member of the Hopland tribe up in Mendocino County, who journeyed to come down this way to do the song. And I want to thank my elder here, Anne-Marie, for sharing the stories that I remember you from last year, and all the drum members as well, Red Tell. This song that we're going to put up on the is actually kind of a sending off song, but we can also use it as a welcoming song. And I've also enlisted my husband, Philip Notarmaso, on a rattle. He's going to sit down there. He had a little trouble with his knee earlier this year, so sitting is good for him. So, Charlotte, I think I'm going to just put this right here. I'm going to start like this. Hey-a-hi, hey-a-ho, 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 hey-a-hi. Okay, so I think we're ready for the next screen now, and feel free to join along. There's words on there. May you live, laugh, and love. May you have hope and peace. May a hi, hey a ho, hey a hi, hey a ho. May all live now in peace. Hey a hi, hey a ho, hey a hi, hey a ho, hey a hi, hey a ho. I'm getting my songs mixed up. The first song I was going to do was a little different, so. Oh, all right. This time, please sing, so I won't feel so, hey. All right. Hey a hi, hey a ho, 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 hey a hi, hey a ho. To the east, to the south, to the west, to the north, hey a hi, hey a ho, hey a hi, hey a ho. To all grandfathers now in the past and to sleep, hey a hi, hey a ho, hey a hi, hey a ho. Last one, and my shawl's coming off. All right. Hey a hi, hey a ho, 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 hey a hi, hey a ho. Oh. All right.
So thank you very much, you guys. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Phil. Sorry about the up and down and back and forth. And thank you guys for singing along. Now, we might ask you to do that again, so you're warmed up now. We're ready to go. Now I'm going to invite a good friend, a good brother of us and of this community, Ken Kindness Crafton, to come up. He's going to share a little bit of himself and maybe share a song with us. I'm not sure what he's going to do, Mr. Ken. Come on up.
Hi everybody. Hi. Sorry I'm late. I was on my way here and I got pulled over and the cop asked me, said, have you been drinking? Your eyes are all red. I said, no, have you been eating donuts? So that's why I'm late. Anyway, I just made that up. I'm not even up yet. I had a long night. I haven't been feeling too well the last week. I had Thanksgiving, and it was just like, oh my God. It was like I ran a big circle, and And so I was a little sick. And some of you guys may know that I haven't been here for the last couple of years because I had some major surgeries, and I'm just now starting to feel better this last year. So in fact, some of the ceremonies I even do with my brothers and my sisters here, I haven't even been able to make it all the way through the whole ceremony because of my physical issues. But it's just good to be back. And so I want to thank everybody here for being here today, and for Rob and everybody for allowing me to be here. I'm just gonna sing a song. I wasn't ready for this. No, actually I don't need a drum, it's okay, but I'm gonna sing a song that a Navajo brother taught me a long time ago, and there's no drums needed, and some of you guys might remember this song. It's actually a spider song, and the guy who came up with the song, his name was Joey White. And I never forgot Joey, and I don't know if we even have Joey around anymore. So, anyway, this is a song for Joey. Hey ya, 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 hey ya. Hey,
Thank you, Kenny, and a good healing to you and a continued healing along your path, brother. Thank you very much for being up here today. And at this time now, we're going to ask Anne Marie to come up and share a few words with us. Yeah.
What do you want me to share? Words. Words. Every year in Indian Canyon, we have a Indian Indian storytelling. And storytelling is always part of our culture because lessons are taught through stories. And I remember, I was perhaps 9 years old, my mother telling me about Dr. Bear. Dr. Bear cured everyone, all the life that surrounded him. And Indian Canyon is an area that there's a lot of wildlife. This morning when I was coming out, about 6 o'clock this morning, maybe 5:30, there's all these 2 deer and then all these cottontail. And they're jotting across the road and they're like adrenaline junkies. I'll tell you, they go this way and you slow down, then they back up and they go across again. And so there's also a lot of stellar jays in Indian Canyon. They're the blue birds that have the top notch. I'm sure you probably have them up here too. And stellar jay, they're like mimics. I have a neighbor and she got a clock, and the clock at 1 o'clock it sounded like one bird, 2 o'clock made 2 chirps sounded like another bird, 3 o'clock 3 chirps and sounded like it was a different bird. And then she said, Anne Marie, all the blue jays, whatever bird they hear, they just mimic. And it's like it goes all the way down the canyon. And so here is Dr. Bear. And this bobcat comes up to him and says, I broke my leg. can you help me, Dr. Bear? And Dr. Bear says, no problem. Just go get 4 stones. 1 stone for Mother Earth, 1 for Father Sky, 1 for, what else is there? Getting old sucks. My memory's not there. Father Earth, Mother Sky. That's the elements. Okay. 1 for north, east, and another rock for south, another rock for east, another rock for west. We need 7 stones. Dr. Bear changes his mind. Okay. And so 1 for Father Sky, 1 for Mother Earth, 1 for the universe. And then he lights the fire and he said, okay, now what it is I want you to do is think and pray to your ancestors. So you want to go counterclockwise. Get on the flame. He starts the fire. Okay, so just get on the flame and go counterclockwise so you connect with your ancestors. And then now you're going to ask for the healing. And then you go clockwise so you're being very, very present. And that's exactly what Bobcat does. And his leg, he comes out, his leg is fine. He says, I can walk, I feel great. Oh, Dr. Bear, thank you so much. And he walks off. Now here's Stellar saying, I have seen him do that so many times, I could do it with my eyes closed. I could do it in my sleep. Well, here comes Snake. And Snake has a broken rib. And he says, oh, Dr. Bear, I am in such tremendous pain. Can you help me? And he said, okay, Snake, I want you to curl up and get 7 stones. 1 stone for east, north, west, and south. 1 stone for Father Sky, 1 stone for Mother Earth, 1 stone for the universe. So he slithers around and rolls up all the stones, has them there, and then Dr. Bear starts a fire. He goes, I want you to get on this fire and slither counterclockwise to your ancestors and then go clockwise to be present. And he does it, and oh my God, he's fine. He says, oh, thank you so much, Dr. Bear. And he just slithers away. He's so happy and in no pain. And then here comes Cottontail. We were having some people come up and they ran over his foot because he darted back and darted the other direction and the car is going, stopping, going, and just hit his foot. And so he comes hopping or hobbling, actually, and he sees Stellar. Stellar, can you tell me where Dr. Bear is? He goes, what's the matter with your foot? A car was going too fast, and I didn't get out of the way, and I think I broke my foot, and I'm in such pain. And Stellar J says, I can fix you up. Can you really? It hurts so much. Of course I can fix you up. Let's just get 7 stones, 1 for each direction, 1 for Father Sky, 1 for Mother Earth, 1 for the universe. Okay, let's light a fire. Now, I just want you to hop on there with your good leg, counterclockwise, and then go clockwise. And Stellar says, all you have to do is just watch me do it, and then you just have to do it. And Stellar gets on, and he goes, oh. He burnt his leg turned black, and he said, you better find Dr. Bear, I can't do this. And then my mother told me, now, Anne-Marie, next time you see Stellar J, you look at his legs and see what color they are. And you'll take note. Stellar J's, they don't walk or they don't run. They hop. And I was perhaps 9 years old when my mother told me that story. And I went, and then she said, the moral of the story is never pretend to be someone you are not. And so I thought, well, that was a good story. That's fine. I walked outside, and there's a couple Stellar J's there. I looked at their leg. Their legs are black. I go, oh, my God. She was telling the truth. They burned. And then I watched them, and they were hopping. And I'm going, okay, got the story. Story made. I understood it. Never pretend to be someone you are not. It worked for me, anyway.
Thank you, Anne Marie. So we're doing our order a little bit different now. So I'm going to ask you to take a moment and get your tithes and your love offerings out. And Dwayne Beddoes is going to be playing some music for us. Hold those in your hand. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give, and all that I receive. And it is so. Amen.
sound man is taking care of this.
Soundman can't see.
Hello? You can see we're real up with the times. Take three of us to figure this out. It's a good thing we work together, isn't it? Well, anyway, once again, I want to say thank you to everybody. You know, we've been practicing on this drum for a while for this service here, and last night we had our last practice at my house after a lodge, and before lodge, I live in a really nice place where the deer come every night and they eat the grass in the yard. I don't have to mow the grass; they just come in and eat it. You know, it's really nice for me. But anyway, they come in, and yesterday as we were going into lodge, somebody said, "Oh, look, the deer!" You know, and there was about 10 of them, and they were just trouncing through the field next to me, and I watched. You know, they all ran and jumped over the fence, except one little one. He was right behind everybody, and he got up there, and he watched them all over, you know, jumped over the fence, and he looked at the fence and went under it. And you know, and I like that little guy because that's probably me. You know, I look at things, I go the other way. You know. Anyway, you know, this morning we had a nice meditation, and during the meditation, and something that is always a constant thing with me is that, you know, I live in a state of wonder. You know? I'm always wondering about stuff. And, you know, way back when in the beginning, you know, they were all sitting around wondering. And what they were wondering was, you know, what are we doing here? What are us human beings doing here? You know, everything else that they were looking at had a purpose to be here. They didn't get up in the morning and say, what am I doing? You know, the deer don't ask that question. The birds don't ask that question. The fish don't ask that question. The dogs, the cats, the trees, the rocks, the grass, nothing asks that question. Only us human beings. What am I doing here? What is my purpose? So they gathered up as we do, as we are like right now, you know, in our wonder, you know, and they said, well, what are we doing here? I said, well, we must be here to learn from every other thing that's here. You know, the Creator gave us a brain. You know, he gave us this thing to think with. You know, other animals have things they think with, you know, but we like overthink. You know, and so what are we doing here? And it came to them that the purpose of us human beings to be here was we were to learn from every other living thing and every other thing that's here, including the wind and the grass and the rocks and the trees and the birds and the fish and the animals. You know. And even ourselves, we are to learn from ourselves. And what we're learning is that we're all human beings. And we all have a right to be here. And we've all been blessed by the Creator. He's given each and every one of us an inner self that only belongs to us. It only belongs to us. We can't pass it to somebody else. They can't have it. The Creator gave it to us. Each and every one of us has our own gift. You know. Please use your gift wisely. Take it out and give it to the other people out there. Share it with the people. That is our purpose, is to share with one another. To try to learn something new every day and to pass that on. The movement that's come about, it's been coming about for years and years and years. You know, the people just finally through, you know, the internet and communication, because it's so fast today, we're able to put it all together at one time. Instead of sending a letter for 3 days, you know. So it's happening. You know, it's happening now. We pray for this a lot in our lodges. We pray for the people. We pray for the people, you know. And we pray for everything to come back together the way it's supposed to be and the way it once was. So we all continue to pray that way. And we have another song for you. This time Steve is going to lead the song. And by the way, our leader for this drum, Bob Keller, can't make it. And he was gracious enough to help us put this together, you know. And I'm sure he's watching it on the internet and critiquing us like crazy. We'll probably hear about him going to the hospital or something. Stressed out, you know. Have a good day, Bob. But he's been a good teacher and a mentor, and we appreciate all that he has done for us. And you know, we hope to not only honor him as we play the drum and sing the songs, but we honor you, you know, as you honor us by being here and listening. So we thank you very much. Thank you.
Ha!
red-tailed drummers, thank you very much. I was asked to just share some reflections of culture, or at least that was what Rob wrote down on, I have 4 minutes on the schedule here. And today is the best time for a California Indian to be alive since contact. And one of the reasons I would like to share 2 really very big things that did transpire within the Coast and Ohlone territory. And I believe it's just the way spirit works. And with the songs, with the drumming, with the dances, with the ceremonies, is why what has happened is happening. I had a group of youth from Santa Cruz that are very, very active up at the canyon, and they were helping just do some stream restoration. They were helping with cleaning out my holding tank that had 6 inches of sediment at the bottom. These individuals are workers, and I will tell you, they cleaned it so, it was better than when I purchased it 25 years ago. It was cleaner, actually. They're just tremendous workers from Santa Cruz. They're very, very progressive. They're very, very active. And while we were putting on our California Indian storytelling, they were writing out envelopes, stuffing envelopes, and I get a phone call. And the phone call was from the Native American Heritage Commission. That's the only commission California Indians have in Sacramento. And what was brought to my attention was I was designated the most likely descendant for a burial that a developer had unearthed in Santa Cruz, an area called Branchiforte Knoll. And my mother believed when a burial is disturbed, the spirit of that individual is wandering into that individual's reinterred ceremonially. And I too believe that. And so to have a little child between the ages of 5 to 7 unearthed, it just really does a thing to you because it's another individual that's being disturbed. And with development taking place, particularly in the Ohlone territory, the manner in which it is, even though construction business is very slow right now, there is still a lot of development that has taken place within the Ohlone Silicon Valley area. And I just thought, there again, another individual is disturbed. The individuals, the youth that was helping me stuff envelopes, saw me going from being happy and joyous to yet again. And they activated themselves and they started protesting this development. It was KB Home. You may be familiar with them. They're international developers. And they led a protest down the main street over to the development area in Santa Cruz. It got a lot of coverage. And then we obtained an attorney, Danny Sheehan. He's an amazing individual that had us formulate an Ohlone Elders Circle. Okay, I'm 63 years old, and these Ohlone Elders, I'm a spring chicken, I'll tell you. These Ohlone Elders really have extended families, and they were perhaps a couple of dozen Ohlone Elders, and I just asked, how many members are in your family, that your extended family, so we can tell Danny Sheehan perhaps how many people that we do represent with the Ohlone Elders Circle. And it was pretty close to 4,500 Ohlone descendants. I did not have a clue there were so many of us left. I was just, and so I'm thinking, can you imagine the number out there that we are unaware of? We are still here. And because of the organization, collectively, of the Ohlone Elders Circle coming together, we made a request between KB Home and the city of Santa Cruz, and that was not to develop on the area where possibly 3 or possibly 4 burials had been unearthed that started with this young child. And KB Homes just said, that's exactly what we want to do. Not develop on their most prime area so that the Ohlone descendants can have ceremony there for the individuals that have been disturbed and the individuals that was disturbed in our lifetime. And so I feel it is because of ceremonies that take place that go out and connect is how Spirit works, that our ancestors truly are being honored. For a developing company, a developer such as KB Homes, to do this, you know something has connected. Truly understanding sacredness and what is the right thing to do at the end of the day. And so I wish my mother was alive because she watched bulldozers plow through Native American cemeteries. And so it's way overdue, but because of, I believe, ceremony and people partaking in ceremony and people willing to look at something with a different lens, with a different point of view, from a different angle, and respecting that, we can go forward in a good way and honor all human beings for being human and respecting them. No song in breath, so it is in spirit.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. That's a wonderful victory for us there. That one
And
right there.
PG&E's doing it too. It is so great. It's connecting. It really is. Yes.
Okay, and so we're inviting Teresa back up here to the mic, and she's going to share another song with us. And Charlotte.
Okay. This song is a healing song, and it's one that I offer to all of you who may need some healing. Also, all your relations who may need some healing, those who've passed, and my honoring those here today who are here to offer prayers for all.
Mentioned a little bit earlier, we have another clip from Marcellus Bearhart Williams to share with you this morning.
And today, as a result, there are many of us now trying to integrate in today's society on equal basis with anyone else. And not only our people, but all of us together, whatever culture that you represent, can we band together and create our own battle cry and say, it is a good day to live. It's a good day to live, and it is. You're here for a reason. Reach out for it and lay your best. Why? Making a foundation for those little ones that's going to come after us, so they might have a better life than what we had. So let's leave them a legacy that it is a good day to live.
And for our closing prayer, I'm going to ask a good brother, Nick Sanchez, to help us out here. Nicholas, will you help us with that?
Boy, how you doing? Creator Tunkashla, Tatanka Hokshila Washtel Tunkashla. Creator, I ask that you continue to bless us in a good way. I ask that you help us to be able to live to our full potential, to help us to raise our children and take care of our elders, to always let that song keep singing in our heart. Oh, what's that? Oh.
So this concludes our service this morning. I want to thank you all very much for coming out. I know we went a little bit over time. We'll make that up to you if you want to join us. It's very customary, traditional, and besides a lot of fun, after a ceremony like this, that we feast together, that we eat together. So if you'd like to come back after the 11:30 service and join us there, we have some turkey and some stew and some good friends and family to share with. So thank you very much for coming out, and have a good rest of your day.